there is also something that seriously bothers me, and that is some kind of truth is not being revealed to you because whoever is putting up a false pretense is very powerful. Hello, all my beautiful souls, and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Cancer for the month of July 2024. And yes, I'm going to sing the happy birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cancer. Happy birthday to you. I hope that your birthday season is absolutely stunning and amazing because you are stunning and amazing. And I actually think that wonderful things are on their way. So do remember that this is a general reading. So there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards. And this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Three of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Tower, clarified by the Queen of Wands. In the present position, we have the Seven of Pentacles, clarified by the Seven of Swords. And in the future outcome position, we do have the World. Woohoo! Victory, completion of a cycle. You have made it, clarified by the Four of Cups. So let's get right into the spread because it's very interesting, and I want to hurry up and get to the Tower card because I know initially people always freak out about the Tower card. It's really not that bad, I promise you. It's actually pretty, the spread is pretty amazing, and the month of July is going to really surprise you how great it is. So let's get right into the spread. The first combination in the past, we see the Knight of Cups clarified by the Three of Swords, which is definitely, it's a combination that reminds you not to sometimes to remember not to idealize people. Oftentimes, we have certain expectations. We build a picture in our mind. A lot of times we build a picture in our mind because it's programmed, because of what we see in the movies, because of what, type of songs we listen to, because of the magazines and so on. All those things contribute to programming. And so we start to build a picture, we start to create a narrative in our mind about a specific connection, bond, partnership, friendship, because love, it does come in many different ways. But this specific connection definitely tells me that there was a connection in the past that kind of disappointed you. There was a disillusionment feeling, that made you experience some, uncomfortable emotion. And one of the reasons is because there is a certain expectation in our mind. So when you wake up in the morning, you have to have a clean slate, i.e. no expectations. And the way you get rid of those is you put your expectation in a picture, like in a picture frame, and you blow it up in your mind. You have to practice blowing up expectations, because those expectations skew our aura, they skew our energy, they make it lopsided, so the energy doesn't move really freely. Expectation is a bit of a block, and you have to get rid of it. And so the way they teach us in Boulder Psychic Institute to do it is you imagine like all the expectations that you have, and then you imagine blowing it up. We actually create roses we call it vacuum roses, that stand outside of our body, and they kind of suck up all those pictures of expectations, and then we blow up the rose with all of it, expectations attached to it, and so that kind of clears the energy. So it's important to remember that expectations of relationships and connections can affect our experience. And so it's important to start each day with a clean slate, and that requires not really having expectations for a particular meeting, for a particular connection, for a particular trip, for a particular experience, and so on and so forth. It's important to be open, because when you're open, you're like a kid. And when you're like a kid, you get more out of the experience. That is the way it is meant to be. As you get older, you get more tired, more cranky, more set in your ways. And so the energy doesn't move as freely. It's important to keep that youngness, as you can. Remember, do jumping exercises. Jumping makes you feel young, and it gets the energy flowing. So definitely with the Knight of Cups, you experience some kind of an emotional growth as a result of a disappointment. Because of a disappointment, you had a realization that increased your consciousness, that increased your ability to see more, process more, experience more. You expanded your consciousness as a result of that experience. And that growth made you stronger, and it is making you enrich the experiences that you have in your life. In the obstacle position, we have the Tower. Now, when the Tower appears in the obstacle position, generally it partly focuses on being afraid of change. Because again, those expectations, when change happens, it makes people nervous, because something new is coming in. They're not used to it. They want to find their bearings. They want to get, comfortable. There is also something that seriously bothers me, and that is some kind of truth is not being revealed to you, because whoever is putting up a false pretense is very powerful. And so this thing that is built on a false foundation is going to continue standing until you kind of muster the courage and experience, a great amount of growth in order to kind of address it. But the Queen of Wands has something to do with it. There's someone in your life that is that maybe wants control, that maybe is kind of after a lot of influence or power or money, but they're pretty manipulative, and they're pretty difficult to deal with. This person can be a man or a woman, because in tarot, energy is interchangeable. So, this energy, this Tower has something to do with the Queen of Wands. And it's someone who is in your life, either in your personal sphere or professional sphere, that is kind of like making this Tower continue standing. So you really have to focus on being particularly paying attention, use your discernment when you're dealing with people, and do create distance between low vibration, this low vibrational person. Because when you create distance away from low vibrational person, your personal power increases, so that your inner strength comes out, and you're able to be much more stronger in terms of defending your beliefs, and standing up for what you believe in, and what you really want. And of course, my camera cut off because the memory card was full, and I was, for some reason, under the impression that I emptied some of it. But anyway, I am back. Sorry about that. I do apologize. I was talking about the tower in the obstacle position. And so it's important to remember that when the tower appears, it's actually you're supposed to feel grateful for it because the tower takes away whatever has served its purpose. And what it really does is it clears the path forward. It's important to remember that whatever the tower takes with it has served its purpose, and the new leaves kind of start growing, meaning something else is coming in. And so when the tower appears in the obstacle position, it means that you're sort of standing there looking at the tower, wondering to yourself how basically how do I go around it, and what is the path forward, because it's blocking the path. And so there is something in your life that you need to let go of. And the reason the tower is there is because the spirit guides, your team of angels and ancestors, are saying, it's up to you. You can walk around the tower and keep walking, but it is up to you to sort of realize that you need to let go. And so they're sort of nudging you. Remember, this is appearing in the obstacle position. It's not appearing in the present position, because that's not what you're dealing with in the present. It is something that you can let go of, but it's up to you if you want to let go of. You have to think, like, what is there in your personal life? Is there a particular situation that you need to kind of wash your hands off and walk away? Is there a particular situation in your professional aspect that you need to sort of wash your hands off and walk away? But there's some kind of a distance that you need to create from this situation or connection. Now, in the present position, you have the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles definitely tells me that you are getting financially stronger, which is really great. You are making sure that you have good investments. You are looking at different investments to, focus on, to grow, to make sure that those investments are going to kind of provide in the future. And it's interesting that it's clarified by the Seven of Swords, because the divine here is communicating that you need to be more strategic with your investments. You need to be more cunning. Maybe use an unconventional approach. There is a saying that sometimes you kind of have to cheat, because if you're not cheating, you're not trying. And so I, definitely don't like cheating or cutting corners. I only give so much value to the materialistic side of things. I'm always very concerned about karma and energy and all those things. But, sometimes you do have to be very strategic and use what you can take advantage of in order to increase your investments. And that I am for. It's okay to be strategic. It's okay to maybe look around and see how other people are investing. There are so many different things. For example, I recently learned that you can invest in the stock market, but you can multiply your investment by doing like option calls. I had no idea there was something called option calls. But people do use it in order to multiply their finances. So, there are many different ways you can increase your investments. There's something called Poshmark. I recently learned that from a friend who actually is a Cancer. My friend Tammy, who uses Poshmark and something called Mercari, that like she'll sell items on, and she'll use the profits to finance her vacations, and to add to her 401k. So there are many different ways to be strategic about your investments. And in the month of July, you're definitely going to be reassessing your financial health, because you're going to feel like, okay, I'm planning for the year ahead. I need to be smart about shoring up my abundance and security and stability. So this is a good thing to think about going forward. The great thing is towards the end of July, when the Leo season is in full bloom, you will reach an achievement. You will have success. That is what the World card is all about. It's a successful completion of something. It signifies that you are an expert at something, that you may recognize that, you may realize that, or you may minimize that and say, well, it's really not that big of a deal, but it is. It really is a big deal. And you really should do something special as a way to celebrate that. It's important to celebrate your victories. A lot of victories make up one huge victory, gigantic, ginormous. So, even if you may not be impressed by the victories that you have in your life, you need to understand you're moving towards a huge victory. And so with the Four of Cups in the clarifying position, it's important to realize that you are successful, but you still have more potential to realize. And I think that there's a lot of very light energy coming into your life. You're going to feel levity. You're going to feel air beneath your wings. You're going to feel like things are easier for you as a result of the completion of this cycle. Let's see what we can clarify with an angel and ancestor oracle card. And we've got Eagle. See from a higher perspective. Eagles are able to see small movements from very, very far away, and they are able to kind of plan their flight to catch that bunny or prairie dog or whatever it is that they catch. So it's important to realize that when you fly like an eagle, you preserve your energy. At the same time, you are able to see the situation below, assess it, yet not spend any energy that is so precious, and kind of be strategic about things. And I recently heard Pam Gregory, the astrologer, say, when you are an eagle, it's almost like an act of protest, because you preserve your high vibration. Even though below you there is a little bit of turbulence and all kinds of things happening. So it's really quite important to see that you need to make sure that you're aware of your vibration and that you protect it at all costs. The more you protect the vibration, the longer you stay in high vibration. The longer you stay in high vibration, the easier things come along. You start to notice synchronicities. You start to see things manifesting because you're working with the universe, rather than saying, oh no, I'm going to go get involved in this conversation. Oh no, I'm going to go get involved in that situation. It's important to trust the universe. It will sort things out below you. You just have to fly high. I also pulled a Shaman Stream Oracle card, and we have Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. This is very, very important, because we see this person standing on top of the mountain. That is you. You have climbed the mountain, you are on top of it, and you are celebrating. This directly relates to the world. You have achieved. That means that internally, things are connecting stronger and better than before, which means going forward, manifesting is easier. Getting to new levels, to new heights is easier because that growth helped you expand. It expanded your consciousness, which means you have more experience to handle so much more. And because you are so well prepared, the universe is helping you achieve greater dreams. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that if you did, please do like, share, and subscribe, and please don't forget to visit me on Instagram. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful and amazing month of July.